So, as a lot of you may know, we had our event on. Well, it's 20,000, over 20,000 people were live streaming our event. So I'm sure there's quite a lot of people on here now that saw me up on the stage, welcoming you all, and all the co-founders as well. And we introduced a lot of things. I'm sure that they will be updating you on everything. Most probably on the co-founders meeting on Thursday evening, I believe at 7 p.m. You'll see that going out onto all the social media, so you can get a good idea of exactly what we brought forward in that seminar, the event. Hi Shazia, how are you? We went forward in that event. We brought some amazing things to the business. The business is just growing in strength tremendously. It really is. And, you know, if you look at a company that you want to be in at the moment, wow, BizzTrade is the one. It is just going from strength to strength. When you see what we've brought now forward to the marketplace, it is really historical. If you've seen my, if you saw my video inviting you all here, what we put forward has never been done or seen within network marketing before. We're becoming much more than a network marketing company. We are becoming a big company, a big international company with tremendous products, you know, things that if you're a marketer, you know, you must be like a kid. Hello, Junior. You must be like a kid in a sweet shop with what we brought forward. Yeah, I can see Mohammed going like that. Yeah, you must be like kids in sweet shops with what we brought forward. The new BizzCareer is amazing. And, you know, I'm putting on for you a little presentation now over the next 4 nights, just to give you an understanding, okay, of what Forex is and see if you're interested in joining. Now, we have people that are making really good money on BizzCareer. BizzCareer really is most probably now, especially with what's something that I was told on the weekend from somebody that was supposed to be in the best Forex educational network marketing company in the world. I told us that ours is about 10 times better, not a little bit better, but 10 times better. So we really have something very, very special within BizzCareer. Let me just see if I'm just admitting people. Wow, we're up to 100 already. And I think there'll be a lot more before we start because people won't be coming on till around now. So we're up to 105. Let me just see if Rian's on and I can make him... no, I can't see him yet. Where is he? Let me have a look. He should be on at any moment. But no, wow, for those that weren't at the event, boy, you missed something really special. But don't worry. We're going to explain everything that happened. That's not Emma Simone. I know that gentleman's face. I thought, yes, now he knows who I'm talking to. Hey, but what we've put together and what you will see, as I explained to you before, just a little bit, a couple of minutes ago, this company has changed from a network marketing company now. You know, this has become a very serious international business. And if you saw what we had put forward, and you will on Thursday, for those who weren't there, for those who were on this on the live streams, then you will know exactly what it is. But it is amazing. You know, I'm not just talking about BizzCareer here. BizzCareer has just gone to another level again. But what we're seeing now is a proliferation of portfolio, which is making the company stronger. Because when you increase your portfolio of what you are doing, then during various times, if something's not going so well, something else is. So what we're doing is we're starting to flatten out the profit and growth curve nicely, because when you have a number of additional services which are different to all the others, then what you're doing is you're automatically becoming a stronger and stronger company for the reasons that I just said. Let me just give Rian a call. Just one moment, everyone. because I don't want him to start without giving you a flavor of what we had on the weekend, and he's going to introduce things. Excuse me just for one moment. Wow, we're up to 137 people now. Hey, hi, you going to be, you are okay? Good. All right, no problem. Okay, bye. He's on his way. I don't want to start without the CEO of BizzTrade. That wouldn't be good. Gulam, hi, how are you? Great to have you on. Let's have a look. Faustina, and we've got Aram on as well. Hey, Aram. Amjad, we've got Thomas Tranberg on. Hey, Thomas, good to see you. Baba. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, it was great seeing you. And Rav. Hey, Rav, how are you? So we have loads of people on. This is increasing like mad. It should be. You get some free training. Nobody normally offers that, especially 4 days of free training. Hem, good to have you on. Rehan's just joining. Right, well, as soon as he joins, I'll make him co-host. And then we'll make a start. Well, this is going up nicely. We'll be hitting over 200 in a moment. Let me just wait for Rehan to come on, and then we'll get going. But I think Rehan wants to say a few words to you. Been to so many on now as well. Here he comes. Admit Rehan. So as you can see, you know, I've given you a little flavor there. And I've given you a flavor of the company. Those who came, like Baba, those who came to the seminar, you know, they've all gone away so fired up you can't believe. Now, what we want is on the next major international event, which will most probably be around March time. Rehan, I'm just going to give you some, I'm going to make you a co-host, Rehan, okay? There you go. You should be on there now. We're already at 163, 170, Rehan, already 180. So it's coming very nicely, and you should have now co-host ability. Yes, he has. There he is. He's in somewhere.
Yep. Hello, everyone.
Hey, how are you?
How many people are fired up after the event? I can see Baba Malik, raising his fists. Do you know what? Today is going to be amazing. I can see Sean here. Nice to see you, Sean. Okay. Show me your guns, man. Show me your guns. Look at this guy, man. This guy is like a Hulk. Let me tell you. Captain America, let me tell you. Okay. Yes. Anyway.
I think we're about to hit 200, Rehan, already. There's more and more coming on all the time.
I think so. We are going to break all records today, guys. Now, event was good. We created history. Banking app is going to be available very soon. I've been talking to the banking team today. In Android and in Apple as well, both basically. We thought Apple is going to take some time, but it's going to be available very soon. But anyway, today it's BizzCareer Day. That's why let's only talk about BizzCareer. Okay. I think so. You know what? We have to admit everyone. That's why.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. Just admitting.
Paul, don't worry. I'll be keep on. If you could make a Heather, the co-host, and also if you could make Terry a co-host as well, that we can all help you.
Yeah, just bring the people on for me as they're coming in, because I'm clicking like mad at the moment.
Yes. Then
where's Heather? Ah, there he is. Heather Mustafa, make co-host.
Yes. Okay.
Heather, and I thought I saw Terry just popping on.
Yeah, I think so. He was somewhere.
Let me just have a look. PQRSTTT.
Today's call is going to be very good. You know what? We've got so many lucky people logged in today because they don't know. Because let me tell you today's story. You're one of your student.
Yes.
Mr. Farouk.
Yes.
Yes, I've been speaking to him, and he's been doing your course, and he's gone through, I think so, almost 15, 16, 13 or 14 modules, and he knows the strategies, and he's been working hard, learning the strategies, and he's loving it. He's absolutely loving it. But let me tell you something different today. And he said, you know what? He said, all that I learned it seems like it's all a waste. I said, why? He said, because now Paul has created this AI bot that can do it for me. He said, even now somebody, a baby can do this. He was saying, like, if somebody who's 100-year-old never used a computer, he can do it.
It literally, before, we've made it so simple on the market index, we've made it so simple anyway, where you see a line going up and a line going down, and when they start turning direction, you do it. You haven't even got to do that with a new one. It actually comes on the screen and says red bar sell, and you just literally, it's a red bar, I just press sell. It's made it even easier. They haven't even got to look at which line is going where. It just says bang, sell, away you go.
People, let me tell you, do you know what? Let me explain this to you guys. Like, up till the event, people were using, we created a bot now that's going to do your job. Like, we spent few 100,000.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay, to create a bot now. Now that means BizzCareer, what people have been learning from last 3-4 months, let me tell you now, it's 10 times, or I would say it's 100 times easier now. It's really, really, really easy. We're using smart work, not hard work now. That's why it's going to be very easy. Somebody who's got no clue, they can do it as well. Everyone can do this. That's why I don't want to spoil the surprise. But let me tell you, I can't think of a person who can't do it. Let me tell you, my dad can do it, my mom can do it. Even your mom or your dad can do it. Even they have not used a computer before. Anybody can do this. And I was talking to Paul the other day. His 7-year-old daughter can do it. Okay, we taught her, and now she can do it as well. Yeah. And she's 7 years old. I
give her 2 weeks worth of charts, and I asked her to pick out every trade and where she would enter, and she only got one wrong.
Beautiful. Now we've got Aniko here as well.
Oh, have we? Okay.
If you could make Aniko a host as well, that she can also be, now Aniko, if you don't mind, if anybody tries to, comes up, can you admit them because they go into a waiting room. So if you can admit everyone, please, if you don't mind.
Yes, no problem. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. It's your job. You know what? Thank you very much, Aniko, for everything on the event, for all the help, because she was in charge of BizzCoin ladies.
Oh yes.
And she's done well by she was telling them what to do, when to come on the stage, and she was brilliant. That's why thank you very much, Aniko, for doing that.
That's my pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Always here to help.
Now we've got Yet as well here. Yet McDonald, nice to see you.
Rizwan, I'm making you co-host so you can allow people in as well. Okay, Rizwan, if you see, because do you know we're up to nearly 260 members. Hi, Aniko, I can see you now.
I think so. It's 10 past now, guys. So we should really start.
Okay.
Sorry, back to you. I think so. We are all excited, and please, guys, if you have friends and family that you really care about, ask them to join here, because people are struggling. These are difficult times. People have lost jobs. You know what? Even people who have got jobs, we've got a smart way of making money now. You can sit home and spend time with your wife, spend time with your partner, spend time with your children, spend time with your parents, spend time with your friends, go out, have fun, live your life, and make money sitting at home. This is unbelievable. We got you a world-class service. And now, especially with our new AI technology, let me tell you guys, we're giving it, Paul is giving it to you on the plate, guys. That's why, please make sure that everyone is on this call, because now this is for everyone. Now this is for everyone. That's why let me pass it to. It's so simple that it's crazy.
We've lost you.
Sorry, let me pass it back to Paul, guys. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, so are we recording this? Yes, I think we are, aren't we? Is it recording on?
Yes. One thing I'll remind everybody that please put alarm for this time for next few days, because I was going to forget. So please put alarm on your phones for 8 p.m. daily or 7:50.
Let me just share screens. And we'll make a start. I'm also going to be recording as well separately. Okay, so welcome to the BizzCareer presentation. Can somebody just stick their thumb up to tell me, Nico, you can see me and you can see the presentation? Yes, Rizwan, thank you very much. Well, good evening, everybody. We're coming off the back of a major mega event, and in that event, I put forward to everybody who was there an expanded BizzCareer. Now then, what I'm going to do in the next couple of days is not just talk about BizzCareer. That's the last thing I want to do. I'm going to do that on Friday, so you know what's happening very clearly. Each evening this week at 8 p.m., we will be doing a training session. You will learn a little bit more each day about the Forex markets. So we're going to teach you some of the basics so that you who might not have known about Forex before, not sure what Forex is, you're going to get a basic understanding, but also you're going to get the knowledge that makes sense, that tells you that if you learn Forex trading correctly, you are going to make money from it. The great thing about it is BizzCareer has been running for a little while now, and we have results which are outstanding. We haven't got to say we've got an amazing service. We've proved it since we first started, and our members are doing very, very well. But that will be Friday. What we'll do after the training course on Friday is I will do the new BizzCareer presentation. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, about half an hour, 20 minutes, half an hour, teaching you a little bit more each day about the Forex markets. And then on Friday, after the final 4th module of training, I'm going to show you, and it'll be the showing the brand new BizzCareer presentation, so you can get a full understanding of what BizzCareer is and how you can benefit from it. So we're going into training module 1 today. It's an initial introduction. I'm going to give you some basic information about Forex and what Forex is. Now in training module 1, first of all, you're going to get to know a little bit about who is this guy that's training everybody and giving people so much success. Then we're going to look at what Forex actually is. We're going to look at something called currency pairs. And then we're going to look at the Forex market size itself. Now, a little bit about me. Let me tell you a little bit about me. In my past roles, I have had very, very senior positions in blue chip companies. I've run major blue chip companies up to 500 million. in industry, in manufacturing. I've run those companies worldwide, not just in the UK. They've been worldwide operations. And my expertise is going into companies and making them more efficient, looking at what they don't do good and improving them, looking at the efficiencies and improving those efficiencies, the quality of the product that is given out. How do we make it better? How do we make it the best in the market? So now you can see that I can take industrial skills and put it into BizzTrade. Also, and many years ago, I then started opening, and I've got a very famous academy in the UK. And I'm the CEO of a major UK training academy for Forex. So I've been doing this an awful long time. I've trained thousands of Forex traders, and I train them in a very different way than everybody else does. And I've also a fund manager. I'm the CEO of a fund management company. So I think I have the credentials maybe to teach people. Now in my current role, so what is my current role within BizzTrade? Well, first of all, I'm the Chief Operating Officer of BizzTrade. Now then, one of the main jobs that I do is counsel to the owners. I provide them with my knowledge on various things that are happening within the business, and I give them basically my counsel on what I think about them. But the thing is, I give them most probably a very different slant on what networkers would do, because I'm not a networker. That's the last thing that I am. So I provide them with my counsel, whether they listen to me or whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm providing them what my thoughts are on different areas. And that's what counsel does. And it allows the co-founders then to make a judged decision on whatever they want. And I'm one of a few people who do that within the company. Secondly, I am the person who designed and actually developed the BizzCareer service based on 10 years of training people in Forex, looking at the good, bad, and the ugly within the business and making something which is very, very special. That has looked at all the best that we have done over the last 10 years and put them together into one comprehensive service. And I'm the head of the BizzCareer team. I have a great team who work with me and for me to make sure that we provide BizzCareer to the highest possible standards and give you the best educational course going. Now then, there's a difference. You can teach people and you can teach people. Now, what do I mean by that? You can teach a person to be an amazing technical Forex knowledgeable trader, but they don't make any money. Yeah, they know everything. They're the guru and they know everything about it, but actually making money from the markets, they can tell you the ins and outs of Forex trade, but actually making money, they often don't. We teach you how to make money in the markets and understand how to be a professional Forex trader. There's a difference. So what is Forex? Let's explain what Forex actually is. Now, if we look at the Forex world, there are a number of different things to it. First of all, it's a global market. Forex industry is a global market. In fact, the biggest global market in the world. And Forex is basically an exchange rate between two different currencies, a pound to a dollar. So an exchange rate is how many pounds you get to a dollar, how many dollars you get to a pound. Now, when you go on holidays, you're going to go to one of the exchanges and exchange your pounds. Say you're going to America for US dollars. You're participating in the Forex market because what you're doing is you're selling the GBP and you're buying a certain number of US dollars. So all of you have probably made a trade because you will have gone to some form of foreign land. Now then, we have something which is called the foreign exchange market. And in the foreign exchange market, all of the currencies in the world are traded against other currencies. So that is what the foreign exchange market is. Now, let me just give you a little bit greater understanding of this, because as I said, if I do it, you're going to get the full understanding of exactly what it is. Oops, sorry, there's something going on with that presentation there. There we go. So as I said, quite simply, it's a global market that allows two currencies to be traded against each other. If you think one currency will be stronger against another and you end up being correct, you actually make a profit. So you're working out which of the currencies in the markets will go in a certain direction. Now, the exchange rate is basically the relative price of two currencies from two different countries. As I said, you know, you've often exchanged most probably a currency against another. Now, the foreign exchange market, which is Forex or FX for short, is the largest financial market in the world. It's actually the largest industry in the world. Now, the foreign exchange market is global. It's also a decentralized market where the world's currencies change hands. Now, exchange rates, if you look at its exchange rates, they vary by the second. An exchange rate fluctuates constantly during a day. Now, only a tiny percentage of currencies and transaction happen in what we call the real economy. Okay, it is involving international trade, and you know, when you go and exchange your money in a TravelX place, that is a tiny, tiny part of it. The main part is currency traders. People trading currencies, speculating on which direction a market is going to go. Now, if you look at, say, the New York Stock Exchange, that runs about $22.5 billion per day of trading volume. Or Bitcoin, just 2 billion per day. Now, the foreign exchange market, so I've just explained to you there about the New York Stock Exchange, one of the biggest exchanges in the world, 22.4 billion a day. Yes, absolutely enormous. But the foreign exchange market is a monster. You actually have around 5 to 5.5 trillion a day being traded. Microsoft, a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if you saw it, but in the news, Microsoft said, we are the first $1 trillion company. The Forex industry trades 5 to 6 trillion a day. Not one, but a day. And we have many days in a year, as you know. It is far bigger by far than all the cryptos, stock exchanges, shares and options traded and bonds traded all over the world. Now let's put that into perspective. The Forex market, as I said, is absolutely enormous. Now you hear about the New York Stock Exchange, say in the news every day on CNBC or Bloomberg, the Dow is up today. What does that actually mean? The Dow is down today. Now, when people talk about the market, they normally mean the stock market. So the New York Stock Exchange sounds big. My God, the Dow's gone down. But that's tiny compared to what's happened in the Forex markets. It is just a little itch that needs to be scratched. In the whole of the markets in the world, the huge exchanges are just a tiny itch that's got to be scratched. Now then, if you look at that sort of puts it into perspective. Those are the market volumes. Now, aside from the market being that big, it rarely closes. It's virtually around the clock. The Forex market is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. It only closes during the weekend. It doesn't close at the end of every business day. It just shifts to a different financial center. Now then, the day starts when traders wake up in Auckland or Wellington. Then they move to Sydney. Then it goes to Singapore, Hong Kong, Tokyo, Frankfurt, London, and finally across the Atlantic to New York before it all starts again. Now then, the Asians, we have really a couple of main sessions. We call it the Asian session, the UK session, and the American session, the US session. The UK session has more money traded in it than the US and the Asian session pushed together. There you go. Have a look at this chart. If we put the New York Stock Exchange, the Tokyo Stock Exchange, and the London Stock Exchange together, They hardly even go up the graph, do they? Look at the Forex market, the daily trading volume of the Forex market compared to everything else. It really is a monster. Now then, what's traded? Well, the simple answer to this is money is traded. Because you're not buying anything physical, when you trade Forex, Forex trading can be confusing. So I'm going to explain it very, very simply. Okay, it's a little bit imperfect. There's a little bit of imperfection about what I'm saying, but you get the understanding. Thinking of buying a currency as buying a share in, say, a particular country. It's kind of like, you know, buying a share in a company, but you're buying a share in a country, not a company. Now, the price of the currency is usually a direct reflection of how the market looks at the health of that country. In Forex, when you say, buy Japanese yen, basically what you are doing is buying a share of the Japanese economy. As a basic example, you are betting that the Japanese economy is doing well if you place a buy. You think that the Japanese is doing well. This is actually called a derivative because what you're doing is you don't own the money, but you are speculating on which direction the currency will go. Okay, that's what you're actually doing. Once you sell back into the market, you should end up with a profit, especially if the Japanese yen has gone in the right direction. So that is what you do. And if you look at exchange rates in general, the exchange rate of a currency versus other currency is a reflection of the condition of that country's economy compared to another country's economy. Now let's have a look at the major currencies. Now, while there are potentially lots of currencies you can trade, the best thing to obviously do is start with the major currencies. Now, they're the ones that are most heavily traded, and they represent the world's largest economies. Forex traders differ on what they consider as the main currencies. They always do. It's all according to what country you live in. But really, you would have to look and consider the major currencies as being the US dollar, the euro, the Japanese yen, the British pound, and the Swiss franc. Now then, we also have three other currencies. Now they're labeled as something called commodity currencies. That's the Aussie dollar, the New Zealand dollar, and the CAD. Now, they always have symbols. Okay, they have three letters, where the first two letters identify the name of the country. So GBP, for instance, as I said, you're learning a lot here. This isn't waffle about BizzCareer or something. I'm teaching you information about the Forex markets. I said we would give you free information on exactly how the Forex markets work, and you are getting it. So let's take GBP. Well, GB is for Great Britain, and the P is for a pound. USD means the first two letters, United States, and then the currency, dollar. Now, the commodity currencies are Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, and CAD. The reason we call those commodity currencies they are based on something tangible. They are based on commodities. So they are affected by the price of lamb, the oil market in Canada. Okay, so the reason we call those commodity currencies are they based on certain commodities like oil, like livestock, etc. As I said, the currencies always have three letters, and now you know what they actually mean. Now, did you know that the British pound is actually the world's oldest currency that is still in use? It dates back to the 8th century. Now, the newest currency in the world is something called the South Sudanese pound, and that was made official on July the 18th, 2011. Currencies are traded through companies called brokers or dealers, and they are traded in pairs. In other words, currencies are quoted in relation to another currency. For example, the euro and the US dollar. the currency pair is Euro USD, or the British pound, say, against the Japanese yen, you will see the currency pair as GBP JPY. So when you trade the Forex markets, you don't trade a currency, you trade a currency pair. In other words, it would be, how is the GBP going to do against the Japanese yen? Now imagine each currency pair consists, they're constantly in a tug of war, with each currency on either side of the rope. That's the best way to describe it. And one's going to pull harder than the other, and that's the way the direction's going to go. That is basically what trading is. Now, an exchange rate is the price of those two currencies from two different countries. And they are listed in a number of different things. You have major currencies, you have the crosses, and you have something called exotics. So let's take a quick look at, say, major currencies. So the major currencies that are traded are US dollar on one side, and normally the other pairs that I told you, like Euro or Japanese yen or GBP or CAD, Swiss franc. Now, they are the majors. What did you see? You saw that the US dollar, I talked about the US dollar in every one. So the major currencies always have the US dollar against one of the other majors, like pound, like Japanese yen, etc. Now, you also have the minor crosses. Now, the minor crosses don't involve the US dollar. And then you have, so as an example, GBP against Japanese yen. That would be classed as a minor cross because the US dollar isn't in it. And then you have exotics. Now, exotics are very unusual type of currencies. You have a lot of Scandinavian currencies in the exotics. But the majors are the most liquid markets in the world. So the majors are where the main money is being put by all the institutions, the hedge funds, the liquidity providers. So let's talk a little bit about liquidity. Okay, what I'm going to do here is just quickly show you a couple of items. If you look at these currencies that I've shown you, then you can see very clearly here, USD is United States. The currency is the dollar. It's also got a nickname. I'm sure the Americans will know this one. It's a buck. Yeah, give me a couple of bucks. You've heard that in the American movies. For instance, the pound, as an example, is called the cable. And believe it or not, the Canadian dollar, and I'm not going to say anything about the Canadians, but it is called the loonie, believe it or not. And you've got the Aussie and the Kiwi. So they're called different things. Now let's talk about liquidity. Liquidity is used to describe the level of activity in a financial market. In Forex, liquidity is based on the buying and selling of specific currency pairs and the volume that's being traded. Now, the more frequently that volume, a currency is being traded, the greater number of active buyers and sellers there are. So say, for instance, the Euro US dollar is more liquid than the Aussie dollar and regularly traded. If you look at the GBP USD and the Euro USD, they're the two most highly traded currencies. Now, the crosses, when I told you that they were minor crosses, now the major currencies for minor crosses would be Euro, Japanese yen, and GBP. Those are the three. Now, you can get markets changing dramatically, and therefore the movement of a market can vary. It can be very quiet, and then all of a sudden, when we suddenly we expect the Brexit vote to be yes and it was no, the market's plunged phenomenally, and a lot of people lost a lot of money. It's the pebble in the pond scenario. So if you look at the major markets, that's the one with the most liquidity. It's the biggest pool of money, and you have to have a pool of money for people to be able to go in and trade it. You have to trade. Therefore, you have to place that trade somewhere, and that's your pond of money. Now, the smaller the pond, when you place throw a stone into it, it creates greater ripples. Yeah, so it moves more. So what you see is with the major markets, they don't move as much when there's a big item happens, a big news item happens, because even though you're throwing a boulder into that pond now, that pond's pretty enormous. You get bigger ripples, but not massive. In the exotics, they are very hard to trade because the tiniest of movement or a change can make a huge movement in the market. So some key points. Let's have a look at some key points. Now, the bulk of Forex trading takes place on something called the interbank market. Now, this is different to the stock exchanges and the London stock exchanges. Now, it's neither a physical location or a central bank. The interbank is something like in the ether almost. Now, the Forex market is considered something called an over-the-counter market because the entire market is run electronically within a network of banks continuously over a 24-hour period. In fact, there's a matrix which those banks all fit into called the FIX matrix. It's the flow of liquidity through the world, the financial index matrix. Now, that means the Forex market is spread all over the globe. There's no central location. Just like Bitcoin. Is it a business? Is it a company? Do you buy Bitcoin packages? No, you don't. Forex is exactly the same. It's all over the world. It isn't controlled by one person or any person. Now, you can place trades so long as you have an internet connection, actually. Now, the Forex market is by far the largest market in the world. And it's traded globally by 10 million people. If you take out the over 75s and under 18s who can't trade anyway, there's about 1 to every 480 people in the world trade Forex. That, everybody, if you just think about it, is a phenomenal number. Now, volumes. Let me just go back for a second. If you look at volumes, now the US dollar is the most traded currency, even though the UK session is the highest traded volume. The actual currency that is traded in that time, the highest one is the US dollar. In fact, it normally accounts for around 75% of all trades. That's how big it is. So the US dollar is king. In some countries, for instance, did you know with oil, you can't actually buy oil in your own currency. Oil is traded in dollars. No matter whether you're in Dubai, no matter whether you're in Malaysia, no matter whether you're in the US or in Russia, it's traded by dollars. Okay, a barrel is worth a certain number of dollars. So the US dollar is so important within the world's finance markets that it actually dominates most of those markets. There's also another significant reason why the US dollar plays a central role. Okay, the US economy is the biggest economy in the world. The US military is bigger than every single other country's military put together. It's the largest and most liquid financial market using the US dollar. They are the world's sole military superpower. Russia is actually tiny compared to them. And the US dollar, therefore, crosses many different borders. As I said, you look at oil. It's actually called petrodollars. Oil is traded in petrodollars, but it's basically a dollar. So say if Mexico wants to buy oil from Saudi Arabia, it can only be bought in US dollars. It can't be bought in pesos, as an example. Now, one important thing to note about the Forex market is that while commercial and financial transactions are all part of the trading volume, most currency, as I said, is traded on speculation, which way the market is going to go. Now, if we look at the distribution in the Forex markets, you can see very clearly on here, 84.9% of the currency distribution in the world is in the Forex markets. The euro is 39%. Then you've got the Japanese yen at 19%, and you've got the GBP at about 13%. Those are the four biggest. But you can see by far that the US dollar is the biggest one to trade. Now then, we've had a look at the major economies. What we're going to do next is look a little bit at liquidity. And what I want to do is explain liquidity. Now, the scale of the Forex markets purely means the liquidity, the size of the pool. Now, it's the amount of buying and selling volume that happens at every given time, and it's extremely high. We have something called the market index, where we have a node. It's rare. This company actually has a node, and is the only non-institutional company in the world to have this. It has a node we have a node inside that fixed matrix. We can actually see what the big boys are doing, and all we do is jump on the bandwagon at the right time. Now, from the perspective of a trader, liquidity is very important, because liquidity determines how easy price can change over a given time. Now, a liquid market environment like Forex enables huge trading volumes to happen with very little effect on the price. So we have seen, I'm just thinking now, Anika, we've seen up to $17 billion. It's about 17 billion in 5 minutes. I've just had a sign on my screen to say you are, oh, sorry, I'm now unmuted. Thank you, somebody muted me. And I'm the presenter. Okay, let's continue. So if you look at the Forex market, the major markets are where the major amount of money is, and the major losses are, and the major profits. Now, with BizzCareer, thankfully, we're on the other side. We can see what's going on. So we're in the profit side of the business. Now, that's given you quite a lot of information. We've been going for 30 minutes. So I'm hoping that you have seen and got an idea of what the Forex markets actually are. Why the Forex markets are the biggest industry in the world. And of course, when you have that much money swilling through the Forex markets, you can understand why the most number of millionaires in any industry are in the Forex markets. And what we do is we teach you how to go and look at those Forex markets, learn how those Forex markets work, and give you an amazing ability to make profits for the rest of your life. This isn't a course where you do the course and that's the end of it. We teach you trading and how to trade, not just for the duration of the course, but for the rest of your life. And that is the end of training module 1. I look forward to teaching you a little bit more in training module 2 tomorrow. Thank you. There we go. I had an email from somebody to BizzCareer saying, oh, I bet you're just going to say everything about BizzCareer and not teach anybody about the Forex markets. Well, as you can see, I told you, you're going to learn every day a little bit more about how the Forex markets work. Because if you know how the Forex markets work, then you'll understand how we have the ability to go into the markets, you will learn exactly how the markets work, and then have the ability to take profits out of them. The profits can be phenomenal because the market is so huge. If we just take a tiny nibble at that market every single day, it won't be long before we're very rich. There you go, Rehan. I don't know if you want to pop back in and give us your thoughts on training module 1. I hope Rehan and Rizwan have learned a little bit about the Forex markets, or a little bit more than they knew before. Rehan, would you like to come back in? Let's just see if he's on. Maybe Rizwan. Rizwan, you there?
Yes, I'm here, and Rehan is also coming.
Okay.
Yes. If you can stop the share.
281 participant.
There you go. So as I said, I would teach people proper information about the Forex market. So by Friday, they will have a very good understanding of the Forex markets, and then clearly see how it's possible to make money from them.
Thank you very much, Paul, for sharing such an amazing information. Now, saying that, you know, what they say, proof is in the pudding. Obviously, within the period that since we've started BizzCareer, every single student of ours is making money. okay, or learning, and or obviously we've got people who just started as well, who probably not got to point where they have opened up their own trading accounts and stuff. But saying that, since anybody who started, I've never seen a project where we have 100% satisfied students or customers. And every single person, like I speak to, like I never received a call from a BizzCareer member saying that, you know what, I paid for this course and it's not value for money. On contrary, what I'm hearing is, you know what we are paying for is peanuts for what is on offering. It's they have done courses before, and they have paid two times, 3 times, 5 times of the price of this course, and they have never got the results what they're getting results from here. We got people who were running institutes of forex education courses. Now they are using BizzCareer polls strategies to now they've been learning and teaching forex. Now they have changed all their learning and teaching to this. That's why I'm speechless, and especially for somebody in their right mind not doing this. I don't see, like, it doesn't make sense. It's common sense that everyone needs to, because such an, like, if I had this opportunity, I would say 20 years ago or something, let me tell you guys, I wasted, I would say, 20 years of my life, or 25 years of my life. If I knew, and especially even my son, I'm going to make sure that he's on it. At the moment he's only 14, but let me tell you, I want my son to do this, because I know no education can beat this. Like, I don't want to exaggerate any way possible, but that's my thinking. That this is so good for your children, for anybody that you know. This is so easy, and I don't know how much money you're making from a job, but this can beat it, guys. This can, I think, so 99.99% of people, this will beat what you are making from a job with the comfort of your home. This business is pandemic proof. This business is it's good. It's good. It's a dream come true for a lot of people, and we've already changed so many people's life. And I would say it's a good deed. But anyway, thank you very much for joining us today. We've got actually a co-founders call. We're naming it co-founders call, but it's actually more of the whole admin staff. Paul is going to be there. Terry is going to be present. Shweta is going to be present. Dr. Aslan is going to be present. And we're going to talk about what we have done in our Istanbul event, what people should expect. We're going to talk about the future of the company. We're going to talk about present of the company, where we are taking, because now our mission is billion and beyond. That's why we want to talk about the BizzCoin future, BizzCoin present, what is coming up, what you should be expecting, what is going on within the company, and it's going to be an amazing call on Thursday. So Thursday, don't miss it for anything. That's why if you're part of BizzTrade, BizzCoin, you cannot afford to miss this call on Thursday. So please join us on Thursday for a co-founder call at 7 p.m. UK time. Then we've got tomorrow. We've got the new slides with BizzCoin slides. We've got brand new slides. We have published new slides, meaning using the existing link BizzCoin.co. You can download the new version of the slide, meaning the link stays the same when you use that link again. It refreshes and you get latest slides. Also, we're going to be updating the slides again tomorrow. That's why tomorrow at 7 o'clock, Terry James is going to be using the new slides to do the presentation. That's why please invite everyone for tomorrow 7 p.m. BizzCoin presentation.
And 8 o'clock, then we'll do the second session.
Yeah, I was coming to that. 8 o'clock, we've got the second session, and it's going to happen for 4 days. We are also going to promote this on BizzCoin presentation as well for people to ask. We're going to remind people to come at 8 o'clock again. On Saturday, we've got Super Saturday training, and I'm looking forward to that as well. But I think so the next 4 days are very important. Next 4 days are very important. We need to dedicate ourselves to BizzCareer and how it can change our life and our family's life and our friends' life and anybody that we know their life, how we can change people's life. And I think so this is the biggest good deed you can do for anyone. So I thank you very much all. We are changing people's life. We are giving people financial freedom. We're teaching people how to catch fish. We are not giving people a fish, because if you keep on giving a fish, you'll be giving a fish all your life. But when you teach people how to fish, they can take it. Then they will have real financial freedom. So I thank you very much for joining us today. We've got over 200. We had almost 300 participants here. It was lovely to see everyone on this call. But anyway, thank you very much. Love you all, and see you.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.